moves this weekend.
Yes.
He too will be in New York.
So I'm excited to see how Lima does.
And especially if he can secure the win here tonight at Ultimate Shockwave, then that'll be a really good confidence booster for him going into the first S tier of the year. But he will have to do it at least in Winners Finals to get to Grants over one of these two players, both HMO representatives. We have Freaks Grayson and HMO's Xillion, of course. As ever, it's going to be the Rob versus the Robin.
Grayson, hot off of his Ultimatum 2 victory.
And quite a hype one as well.
Oh, yeah. And Xillion, I mean, I feel like this is his first Ultimate Shockwave in a long time. He's been on a hiatus of singles brackets, at least, at Ultimate Shockwaves for a long time.
Feels like it, yeah.
I believe he entered Ultimatum 2 and maybe a couple other bigger events in between. But hasn't really entered a lot of weekly singles brackets.
But he's back right now. And, last season he was PR number 7. Grayson was, of course, number 1 on that PR. And honestly, if Xillion had played maybe a little bit more actively, I would say he's more slated on this next one. Grayson, a little bit too late on those arm rotors to take that stock. Now we're going to see him try to deal with that Robin ledge trap. But of course, Rob is one of the most well-set characters to do so.
Oh, yeah. Has a lot of time to stall out that arc fire with his recovery. Ooh. Gotta watch. Oh, my God. I was going to say, gotta watch out for that thunder. Just put a gyro between it.
Oh, and Grayson wanted to catch that gyro to once again toss it at Xillion. Had a chance to again there, but obviously Xillion's got a lot of experience in this matchup, as would Grayson as well. 196 on the Robin. I actually haven't seen anybody live this long against Grayson, much less a Robin.
Yeah, but honestly, Robin is very resilient a character. It's not too shocking to see him at this kind of percent against a character who's...
Well, okay.
Ooh, there you go.
Sure, why not? So back to even here. Onto the second stocks. Quite a dramatic fashion, but now we're going to see, I mean, probably once again, most kind of the same. Neither of these characters really want to approach each other, but eventually you have to get the combos. You're not going to be throwing those projectiles all day, so.
There we go. What a chase from Grayson. Really aggressive. Really likes to apply that pressure with the dash attack. Sets up great for these platforms. We saw the damage that he was able to get all once he has set up on the platform.
It's just really nice spacing in general from Grayson as well. Like, even when he's right up close to Xillion, he's able to throw out those safe options like those down tilts until he is well spaced enough to kind of back off.
Ooh, okay. Nair trading with Arc Thunder is not too bad for Grayson.
Yeah, he'll take that, at least for now. I mean, we've kind of seen this be the theme. Grayson gets off to a really hot start, on the first stock, and this is going to be the same for the second stock as well. Now it looks like Xillion's got that chance to come back in, especially healing off of that Nos.
Okay, rolling
This should be
behind,
stock.
but that's so tall of a character. Actually gets caught halfway through the roll with that big, tall fire. Up smashes it. Clean KO.
Grayson's throwing off a little bit of that Rob tech as he waits for the Robin to come back onto the stage. Now that the ledge trap might be one of the ways that you can nail the stock off of this character, especially if you're using that gyro. Now up air, yeah, no DI is going to save you there.
Oh, absolutely. And now evening up percent.
Woo!
I love the little mix-up with the back throw. Who's ready for that DI?
I was not, but somehow Xillion was able to at least put himself in an okay position afterwards.
Wasn't quite able to. He was able to avoid the follow-up with that dash attack, and that puts him in a spot now where
He's got Thoron. This is actually really
82%?
dangerous.
Thoron? Ooh, didn't punish the air dodge.
This is what Xillion wants right now, is because he's got that Thoron, can't really leverage the Thunders as much, so he wants to get the Rob off stage, potentially somewhere up above him, and then launch out that Thoron.
Okay, stole the gyro, just gets it off the stage, but now he has access to those Thunders again. I think those Thunders are actually pretty crucial.
Especially if he can just short hop over again. Rob's very tall, he can short hop over those gyros to shoot them. Grayson hanging on by a thread right now at 147. This is all of a sudden turned very much into Xillion's favor.
That was a great Nos read, but unfortunately a little misexecuted. Means Grayson's still going to hold on.
You see, Grayson hasn't been able to hold forward as effectively. Xillion has adjusted that game plan to just really focus on when the Rob is up close and figure out how to outbox him, but Grayson turns it around. He says, if you're going to hold forward, I got a present for you. When did Grayson become an up smasher?
That was such a big read, too.
Yeah.
Xillion landed right between Grayson and the gyro. And so many players know that's just a terrifying place to be. You don't want to get down tilted there. you really don't have a lot of options for movement. But Grayson knew that Xillion wanted to steal center stage, wanted to get out from between Rob and the gyro. Caught that roll, and there was no hesitation. Not even a little charge on the up smash, I don't think. Just let it
Oh
rip.
my goodness, do you see this item play for Grayson right off the bat? He's going back to Pokemon Stadium 2, or rather, Xillion's taking him back to Pokemon Stadium 2, and I don't blame him considering how many good adaptations he was making there near the end until it was just one mistake that gave Grayson the win. I think that Xillion has definitely got a shot on this stage, but given the way that Grayson started this game, I mean, once again, this is looking a little bit like game one already.
Might be a bit of an uphill battle. Right now, the only one who was battling uphill was Grayson putting Xillion in the air on the red.
Trying to go for another read with that up smash. Again, I'm just so shocked to see, okay, Grayson's really going for a lot of up smashes. That used to be King K's thing. And now Grayson's like, wait, but this might work for me too.
It's a good move.
It certainly is. Any of those 11 aerials are also quite good moves, though, and Xillion is going to leverage that as long as he wants. And the big thing he's been doing so far in this game is keeping the gyro out of play, but he's barely missing these NOS reads.
I feel so bad for Xillion because he's getting these correct reads and just barely missing every time. That could be big heals.
Nice. He knows that Grayson wants to just kind of roll right on to where that gyro is barely going to be living. That didn't look like the best DI either, but my gosh, yeah. Grayson's having such a hard time not having any access to that gyro in this game.
Hard fire at the ledge. What does Rob do? Goes right over. Again, you were saying before, Rob really has some of the best tools to deal with that ledge trapping in this game, and that's normally what Robin does best. So when you're taking away one of the strongest aspects of a character, it really can sway things.
Oh, the ledge trump, but Xillion was smart to know that that was coming. I think what tipped him off, too, is that Grayson kind of ran right up to the ledge, prepared himself for that ledge trump because his timing was off. Xillion was able to react to that and know that he needed to buffer an option back onto the stage.
And again, we're seeing near 200%. Don't
Grayson
quite hit it, though, before we get that tombstone.
Oh, yeah, no. Grayson's not going to let that fly more than once. He sees the 100%, 170% in fact there. He says, all right, I know that a grab will be able to do this, and as long as I can leverage the position of that gyro enough, I can be fairly certain of where the Robin's going to land.
Making good use of the gyro. What an auto parry.
I like the sound. Ooh, those down tilts to reset, forward smash at the ledge, not quite going to do it.
Ooh, tries to catch, but doesn't quite have the time with those rotor arms.
How do you get around? This time, the roll is timed perfectly.
I don't know if we've seen more than maybe one ledge trap successfully net a stock for Xillion. If that.
Yeah, and Rob can get around it, and Grayson's got all that experience, and now it's going to rocket him into that one stock lead. I mean, he's sitting at definitely death's door with that 135%, and indeed, it will go. So we're down to last stock here on game 2. Xillion's got to have something up his back pocket.
I imagine it's the gyro. Constantly hiding up Rob's back pocket. Okay, Xillion, though, actually making some nice changes. Even though he's not able to get these ledge traps and, like, connect KOs off of them, I actually don't think he's connected a single KO off of a ledge trap in this set.
No, and it's just so hard to do that against Rob when they're so experienced seeing that arc fire and knowing that they have all the options in the world to get around it.
He's still controlling this guy so well with his 11-sword aerials. That's where he's been making a lot of his bread. And forcing Rob into the air a lot of the time, which is not easy.
It's also really hard to get close to the Rob when he's got access to all those projectiles. We saw at the beginning of the game, Xillion was doing a great job of taking the gyro away. He wasn't letting Grayson play the game he wanted to, but now, with the gentleman, that will certainly be it at that percent. We're going to game 3.
That was the first real ledge trap. We saw Xillion on a read, punish that roll through the arc fire, because multiple times you'll see if Robin goes for that arc fire, if you time the roll right proper, you'll be able to get right past it and escape the ledge trap punish. And that was Grayson rolling on a read that Xillion would go for another arc fire, right? Go for the double dose. And he'd been going for the double dose.
Yeah.
Right? That time he stops a little early, catches those jabs, fire sent straight out. Pretty clean. Pretty nice and clean. This is a great stage, however, for Rob in response. I feel like Robin gets some stuff off of this. It's not the worst thing in the world, but this is really a tried and true Rob stage that Grayson loves.
Oh yeah, no. Every DFW Rob would be able to tell you that. He keeps that pressure on. One thing that will help out Xillion a little bit is that ceiling is so high. So those up air strings aren't going to be killing just yet. Neither will those down throw to, anything confirms as early.
You will see a lot crazier early KOs off of these arm rotor setups off the side, which we haven't seen really a lot of. We've seen a lot of attempts though, and all it takes is one really early one for it to be a big impactful play.
Ooh, wow. You see that Xillion actually custom comboed off of the 11th sword that came out. Of course, trying to apply pressure with that bronze sword is certainly not advised.
I love that. Toss the Arc Thunder, force Grayson above. And of course, Grayson's going to try to come and landing with a nair, but you come through with an even bigger discharge of your sword. That's nice.
A very interesting idea there from Xillion. I don't even fault him for it either. The idea of throwing out that arc fire, really nice to put pressure on the Rob, and keeping that pressure on once he gets onto that platform is icing on the cake.
Oh, he jumped into that one, so he's going to have to recover from his bot. Yeah, that puts the arm rotor right in between him and the ledge.
No chance to make it back, especially on Town and City, but now those jabs, solid 21%, and now you might have a ledge trap going. But man, like you said, man, Grayson, even once he gets on stage, so good at fighting out of the corner.
Oh, yeah. Now he's going to put the gyro between himself and Xillion, really forcing some awkward interactions, pushing Xillion to the corner. See how he deals. There we go. Fair out of shield, double down tilts, and he waits for the pressure.
Like you said, Grayson is all about putting this Robin in the corner, taking away what limited movement he does already have.
It's not constant pressure, but it's like suffocating presence.
Oh my gosh!
He's good. Oh my god, what a tech!
Excellent tech from Xillion right there. He's not going to let his own crewmate get away with that against him.
Absolutely not. Again, the Nos just
This
whiffs.
should do it.
Yeah.
No,
No,
Karna!
Town and City. Karna! Town and City coming through, though. That's crazy.
Okay, able to get that neutral get up. Rob's neutral get up super hard to punish, too. It's so good.
There we go.
Punish on that roll, though. Like you said, Xillion started to scout that out a little bit. Now he's got that gentleman. That buys him a lot of time to get that 11th sword back, too, especially the arc fire as well.
He's got a book in hand. Still, he was able to shield grab that nair.
Wow, and neutral just to cover options. All of a sudden, Xillion once again really turning the tides.
I think he was trying to throw on.
Oh, yes, great right there. Grayson has picked up on the fact that when Xillion has a lot of room, he does like to try to take center stage. You see that a couple times, and that time that up air goes, okay, he's going to use his double jump to get lots of distance. I can call that out.
Ooh,
wow.
Nice up air anti-air again. I feel like that's where Xillion's made so much of his bread, is forcing Grayson in the air and really abusing that 11th sword.
I mean, look at that, and the confidence to do that against the Rob Nair too, to make sure that you hit him before the entire hitbox comes out. That is matchup experience at its finest.
Man, tossing all of the supplies at Rob. Really low on Thunder, kind of mid on Fire, and that 11th sword should be back fresh now. Yeah, there it is. Not using it yet. I think one more Thunder in the book's out.
Neither of these guys wants to make a move towards center stage. It's so crazy to see that. The two characters that rely a lot on those projectiles for their game plans. Once again, you saw that Grayson tipped off that ledge trump by kind of inching towards the ledge before he went for it.
Man, great play around the gyro. Good spacing with the back air, and then picks it up himself. Up tilt, that was the weird hit. That was the weird hit.
He only got the side hitbox, the setup. But Grayson's very well set up to take this game. A side B.
And again, that's why we see that stage from Grayson, is we just see slightly earlier kills because of that move. With these kinds of setups, he was able to force the air dodge, dashing back, ensuring that there was no guess on the side. He just had to come through all the way to the ledge with that arm rotor.
And he was able to cover so many options that it puts him into Winners Finals, and he's going to be taking on Lima to see in a best-of-5 set who gets to sit on winner's side of Grands. And, you know, just wait for whatever happens in the losers bracket.